What's up, everyone? This is All Destroyer 229, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. Last time, Erica made it to Johanna Hall, where it had been taken over by Grotto. Her forces managed to defeat the traitor Carlyle, but not before Calais destroyed the Sacred Stone and left Queen Ismarie for dead. The Queen did not survive her injuries, but she was able to have one final reunion with her long-lost son, Joshua, our gambling mercenary that we recruited a long time ago. As Erica's army was about to set out, though, the castle was put to flames, and now she is surrounded on two sides. There is almost no escape for Erica, but we must press on to what her brother was doing at this time. In this episode, we are going to do exactly that. Ephraim now heads to Grotto Keep, and so we are storming the Grotto capital. Before we do that, though, there is quite a bit of inventory management that I would like to do, so give me a little bit while I go and do that. Alright, well, I've gone ahead and rearranged some items. I gave Ephraim a short spear that I had in reserve. I gave Natasha a restore staff. Ford, I gave him an iron lance and I bought a javelin for him, but I do have a few other things that I want to do with him. Let's see. Same with Kyle, though I don't think I got him another javelin. I just gave him the Night Crest because of stuff that we're going to see soon enough. Joshua I also didn't do anything with, though you can clearly see what I plan on doing. Kind of a similar thing with loot, although I did buy a spare fire tome just in case her current one breaks. I gave Garrick the Zanbato sword that we had, as well as a steel sword, and I gave La Rochelle a heal staff. Now we have quite a few stat boosting items, and this next map is going to be a bit of a doozy. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start promoting some of my units. You know, before they really reach level 16, but oh boy, this next map is going to be quite the doozy. And Ephraim's characters haven't quite been blessed with as many fortunate level ups or as much experience as they've gotten on Erica's route. So I can use as much help as I can get. So, we are going to go ahead and promote Ford. Now, just like we saw in Erica's route, Cavaliers have access to a Paladin and a Great Knight. I've already gone over what both of these do. We've already seen them time and time again. So, what am I going to promote Ford into? I'm going to promote Ford into a Paladin. Ford's general stat boosts, or growths, I should say, tend to favor a Paladin a bit more, and I think this fits very well with him in terms of his stats. I just said the exact same thing two different ways. Whatever! We're gonna promote Ford into a Paladin. Taking up the mantle his little brother would have in a different timeline. Okay, but that's not all that I want to do with Ford. I also want to give him the energy ring. Ford's strength has been lackluster, to say the least. So giving this to him will definitely patch him up a little bit. I think he has gotten a little bit screwed in terms of his level ups. So he isn't quite as hard-hitting as he really should. But this should hopefully fix that. Alright, next up is Kyle. And Kyle I would have promoted at this rate anyway, regardless of how difficult the next map is going to be. And just like with Ford, he can promote into a Paladin or a Great Knight. With Kyle, I'm going to promote him into a Great Knight. Because Kyle is more strictly offense and defense, I think a Great Knight would fit him quite well. So, having 2 Dwussels isn't exactly a bad thing. We're going to go ahead and promote Kyle into a Great Knight. A nice boost to all of his stats. And now he can use axes as well. Well, I didn't actually see if I had any spare axes. Well, I've got some halberds. That can work. Although, I mean, I've got plenty of low use javelins, which reminds me I need to give Ford his javelin. I may as well just give Kyle's his back. It doesn't have that many uses on it, but I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Next up is Cormag. And so we can use the Elysian Whip on him in order to promote him. Now for a Wyvern Rider, they have access to 2 different classes. The Wyvern Lord and the Wyvern Knight. The Wyvern Lord is kind of the typical promotion you would expect for a Wyvern Rider. They get access to swords and lances, and I think the Wyvern Lord was the other promotion that Tawna had. But we also have the Wyvern Knight. The Wyvern Knight are only exclusively use lances. However, they have the skill Pierce, which, when triggered, ignores an enemy's defense stat. This is extremely helpful if you're going up against very defensive enemies or bosses. For Cormag, I'm going to go ahead and turn him into a Wyvern Lord. Having swords gives him a little bit more versatility, and just relying on the skill to activate isn't exactly fantastic. So we are going to go ahead and promote him into a Wyvern Lord. Following in the footsteps of his brother. I may actually want to go back and actually give him, like, an iron sword, just so he has that versatility. Next up is Joshua. Joshua is a little bit lower leveled, but I feel that, like I said, I kind of need stronger units. So what exactly are we going to promote Joshua into on Ephraim's route? Honestly, the same that we did on Erica's. Swordmaster fits extremely well with Joshua. And while an assassin can work, I just find Swordmasters to be more helpful. Assassins have their place, but I am a big fan of Myrmidons. And a Swordmaster is right up my alley. So that's what we're going to do with Joshua. Honestly, with how many units we're promoting, I feel like we've been a little bit overdue for promoting units. And then finally, we have loot. This one is perhaps the most preemptive of these promotions. However, I kind of need as much help as I can get. So, with loot, we can either promote her into a Sage or a Mage Knight. Both of these we've seen before. Sage is exactly like Soleil. They have access to Anima, Light, and Staves, and are overall pretty capable magic users. whereas a Mage Knight only has access to anima and staves, but they are also on a mound, so they have a lot better movement. With Lute, we're going to promote her into a Sage. In fact, the only light user we have at this point is Natasha. So having another light user and another healer will be extremely helpful. So we're going to go ahead and promote Lute into a Sage. Alright. And now she can use staves and light magic. Interesting that I kind of preemptive, like, oh, what exactly I'm going to do. And then I completely forgot to take into consideration all of the promotional upgrades. Whatever. I'm also going to go ahead and give Lute the talisman, so that way she has higher resistance and is better suited to fighting mages. Alright, that still leaves a couple more stat boosters. The Speed Wing and the Goddess Icon. I know I decided what I was going to give these two, and now that I've done all my promotions, I completely forgot. Well, I need to go and buy a few more things anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that while I try to remember what I decided to give those stat boosters to. So give me a little bit while I go get stuff. Alright, so I've gone ahead and bought a few extra things. I decided that a javelin would probably be to Ephraim's benefit rather than the short spear, so I just traded that with Kyle. I decided to give Cormeg the Speed Wing. His speed is decent, but having much higher speed will definitely improve his ability to double, especially faster enemies like Myrmidons and Mercenaries. So we're going to go ahead and raise Cormeg's speed. And then luck, I decided to increase for Garrick. Garrick's luck isn't exactly the greatest, but increasing it will prove to be beneficial. And unlike some of my other units, even though I do plan on promoting Garrick, I'm not going to promote him right now, because he can definitely use some more experience before needing that promotion. Kind of felt it was a little bit different, but yeah, I don't think Garrick will really need to be concerned that much. In other words, I trust Garrick to stay alive more than I trust Lute. That's what it ultimately comes down to. Let's see, what else did I do? I gave Joshua an elixir as well, and I think that was about it. I got Lute a lightning tome and a heal staff, and I think we are good to go. Alright, so that was quite a lot of prep work, but we are storming the Grotto capital, and with everything done, let us begin. Myr returns safely to Ephraim's side. A noble warrior to the end, Selena fought with great honor, never once using Myr as a hostage. Ephraim renews his vow to pierce the veil of mystery surrounding the Grotto Empire. Selena is added to the list of innocents who Grotto must account for. The center of the Grotto Empire. Emperor of the Guard should have been here, but... Chapter 14. Father and Son. The Grotto capital. It looks like it hasn't changed at all since the last time I was here. Erica and I came here once long ago with our father. Dwessel taught me the lance, and I studied history with Leon. I never imagined I'd come back here armed for battle. And so the hero Grotto and his companions used the 5 sacred stones to seal away the evil of the Demon King. His wicked soul was locked within the Stone of Grotto. The Stone of Grotto came to be known as the Fire Emblem. To this day, it's kept safe and honored as a national treasure of the Empire. I think that's about it. For more on Grotto's life, read Founding Emperor Grotto. It's comprehensive. It's so thick! And the letters are so small! But you have to read it. You don't want Father McGregor to discipline you again. I am no good with books. The problem is they don't move. I get bored silly. I understand so much better when you explain it to me, Leon. Yes, but it's kind of weird to be helping you all the time. It's just that I admire you, Ephraim. I want to be strong, like you. Brave and handsome. I got an idea. Why don't you teach me to wield a lance, Ephraim? I can't let my defeat to Erica go unchallenged. I look foolish. It's a deal. We practice tomorrow, though. If you want to beat Erica, you have to take this seriously. Just go easy on me, alright? Ephraim? Ah! Another tremor. They happen a lot, don't they? Are you alright, Myrrh? Yes. I was startled. Ephraim, this place, did it always shake like this? Yeah, Grotto's been prone to earthquakes for a long time. Tiny tremors like that happen all the time. Don't worry. Really? Ephraim? What is it? I can feel it. From inside the castle. I can feel the darkness. I feel a broad pool of darkness deep within its walls. Perhaps it's coming from the throne room. That's where Emperor Vigard, the man who started this, is. Let's go. Father. Father, have we been foolish? When you died, I couldn't accept the loss. If only I'd been stronger. Your Majesty! Emperor's soldiers are headed this way! Oh, Prince! Hi. What's wrong? Why such an unusual expression on your face? I'd rather you didn't look upon me as though I were some horrid beast. I beg your pardon. Did you say we were under attack? I want all of you to strike the foe. Bring your weapons to bear on Ephraim. Is that acceptable, Father? Do as he says. Understood. Right away, Your Majesty. Command Grotto, Emperor Vigard. Destroy Ephraim. Okay. Leon does not quite be the same person that we saw on Erica's route. But we have our objective to seize the throne. So we need to take the throne from Emperor Vigard. He only has a spear, and he even drops a knight crest as well upon his defeat. There's lots of chests here as well, and unfortunately, our units are split. So our army is already cut in two. Plus, we've got a lot of different units that we need to contend with. Ooh, there's even a druid here. That's... And a berserk staff. Ooh, boy. Okay. So, let me just quickly see what all... Science, Tone, and Shine. Bishops, too. Jeez. number of druids, shamans. No, that's just a steel lance. I can't steal that. Ooh, this archer has a body ring. We saw this on Erica's route very briefly, but this would increase someone's constitution. It's a very nice item to have. Is that the only thing that's stealable? Yeah, looks like it. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and pick out the units. We've certainly got our work cut out for us. There's a ton of promoted units here. Plenty of knights and sword wielders. Hex units as well. Not to mention a ton of promoted mage units as well. Druids up there. We've got bishops guarding these doors. Silence Tome, which would be bad for magic users. Sleep, which would be bad in a certain... like, to turn my units into sitting ducks. Plus Berserk Stabs. That is also going to be very interesting. Unfortunately, druids also can wield staves. Though, interestingly, it doesn't seem like... Well, it would only be... What is its range, anyway? MP of 2... Yikes. I don't get why it doesn't show the range. I'm a little bit concerned about that. But if it's a 6, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this entire corridor isn't exactly safe. Oh boy. This map is going to be very tricky to get through, especially without getting anyone killed. So I'm going to go and pick out my units, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I've gone ahead and picked out the units I am bringing. A lot of them are already my promoted units. Like I've been mentioning before, this is not exactly an easy fight, and I've had trouble on Ephraim's route before. So I'm taking as little chances as possible. I am bringing La Rochelle on this map because... surprise, surprise! Guess who shows up? Which is also exactly why Colm isn't here as well. I'm also bringing Dozla as opposed to using someone like Amelia because this is the point in the game in which you can't really afford to bring lower leveled units if they aren't, you know, part of your main party. If you want to use them, you need to head on over to the Tower of Valmy. And I already did my training session. I don't feel the need to go and grind out more. So I think I've gotten everything situated. Let us begin. Okay, so we've got quite the trial ahead of us. What's kind of bothersome is the fact that it's pretty equidistant with all of these, with a ton of different units utilizing different aspects of the combat triangle. In addition, like, every archer here has a longbow. So, like, this entire corridor, or at the very least, like, this particular spot, which is exactly where the door key is, that all is extremely vulnerable on both sides. So given just how many units there are, this is not an easy map to get through. But we do need to push forward as much as possible. If nothing else, so that way we can get to Rennick when he shows up. Because I brought La Rochelle, you know why I brought her. I did mention this in the description, but not actually fully explain within the episode itself. When it comes to recruiting Rennick, always use La Rochelle. Because while you can use Erica or Ephraim, depending on which route you go down, you do need to pay 10,000 gold if you want to recruit him that way. Whereas with La Rochelle, you get him for free. So yeah, you kind of want to go with that. I feel like I probably should have rearranged my units in a little bit of a different fashion. Yeah, I think we'll be fine otherwise, so... Well, if I have Kyle go over here, he can provide support points. So I'll go ahead and do that. We'll have Ford go over here and hit this guy with a javelin. Come on, Ford. I know your record hasn't been the best, but please dodge. Yeah! Okay, off to a good start. Okay. And then I just need to move my units forward as far as I possibly can. Units on this side aren't exactly... They don't need to go as fast as the units on this side. This side really needs to rush in order to stop Rennick when he shows up. So I'm more so concerned on the right side than I am on the left. Let's see. Move Seth over here. That shouldn't be too bad. I put Natasha right here. That should provide some extra support points. Okay. Nice dodge, Seth. I would still like to try to gain more support points with some characters, but we'll just have to deal with it when we... I mean, primarily, when it comes to those support conversations, it's just with the promoted units and those that I really intend on using. So, yeah. Alright, enemies on the move. Hey, if we can lure more enemies down, that's fine. Oh, wow. Well, then again, that guy does have a steel sword, so maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. Alright. Let's get all those guys on the move. The spectacular capital of Grotto, the richest city on the continent. Expert eye, I judge this card to be of an incomparable treasure. Once this is all done, I think I'll just scamper off on my own. Crap, Rennick came the completely wrong way. Okay, I was expecting him to go here. Take that chest and then head on over this way. Welp. Okay. So we've got plenty of axe guys here to contend with as well. As well as those guys. Well, I can have Joshua... Huh. Ooh, I could potentially have Joshua just take these guys down. That shouldn't be any problem whatsoever. Although, they all have javelins, so... It's not gonna be the greatest, but I can make it work. Let's see. Ooh, what is this guy? Okay, he only has a steel sword. That's not bad. In which case... What I could do... Natasha can't double either of these guys. Well, I could have Dwussel go there. Wait, does Dwussel... Yeah, he has a steel sword. That can work. I'm running pretty low on uses of this with Seth. But I'm sure we'll be fine. Famous last words, by the way. And there we go, an Armor Slayer sword. Okay, we can have Garrick go... Ooh. He can't take that guy down. Well, I can have Natasha weaken this guy. And then I can take him down. Okay, so then Garrett can go over here and smack a guy. hoping to raise him up a couple levels before using that hero crest. Garrick! Okay, well, at the very least, Joshua can head over here with the Lance Reaver. And even though he won't be able to kill these guys aren't going to be able to touch him. So Joshua can take these guys down pretty easily. Okay, hand axe. That guy's unfortunately going to go after Seth, but otherwise, we can equip the steel sword and we can go from there. Dozla. I can have him go over here and equip the hand axe. And then there's a matter of this side. Great. Axe units and lancers. So the safest bet would be axe units, which the only one I've got is Kyle. And all he has is a halberd. Okay. Oh, wait, no, Ephraim doesn't have the axe reaver. Okay, who does? Does anyone have the axe reaver? Do I even have an axe reaver? Am I just hallucinating things? Oh, right, it defaults to swords. Okay, well, this still isn't bad, because Ephraim still has fantastic stats. So, we can go ahead and do that. And Ephraim levels up. Okay. Well, that guy's going to move. He's probably going to go after Joshua. I feel kind of silly because I thought Rennick would come from the other side. Do any of these guys have javelins? Lance, steel lance. Okay, no. Those guys have axes, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Okay, this will work out. Nice! Alright, Ford! Alright, then we can have Kyle go over here, and he already has the halberd. Good. Let's see. What I could do would be to bring Cormeg over to Fairy La Rochelle, because there are these guys to deal with, and I want to try to cut off Rennick. So what he'll do is that he'll go after this chest, and then he'll have to race all the way over to the other chest, which is way the hell over here. And then presumably after that, he'll head through the stairs and leave. So, crap. I could have Cormeg. Yeah, if I can do that to maybe weaken these knights. That might prove to be the most beneficial thing I could do. And then all I would need to do... Okay, I'll put La Rochelle right here. Yeah, if La Rochelle can gain some level ups, that would be great, because right now she is the most vulnerable unit that I have out here. Okay, and then finally, loot. Yeah, going up right behind Ford is probably the best place for her. Ah! Alright, sure. Alright, so down that guy goes. So that's one. That guy's attacking with a javelin. Nice, if those guys stay stationary, that makes my job infinitely easier. Okay, attacking Dwussel. Dwussel! Ugh! Crap. Well, at least someone can pick up the slack. Thanks, Dozla. Alright, and now these guys are on the move. It's unfortunate that I opted not to give Kyle, like, an iron axe or a steel axe. I'm beginning to regret that decision. Thankfully, he can just one-shot these soldiers. Which, granted, is the entire freaking point. Ugh. Well, thank you, Ford. Yikes. Should have looked at that guy a little bit more carefully. Well, whatever. I have both La Rochelle and loot right there. Yeah, we'll put the Sword Reaver away. Nice dodge, Kyle. Now, is he fast enough to double? Yes! Thank you. Okay. At this point, I may just have Kyle run up there and try to have La Rochelle meet up with Rennick that way. Alright, that guy's actually going to attack Joshua. And that guy's attacking Dwessel. To no effect. And there goes Rennick. And reinforcements. Great. There's gonna be quite a few of them. Okay, so Rennick will probably go here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would it be possible to get La Rochelle up there in 2 turns? 2, no, but let's see. So 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, like, in one of these spots. So, with her move of 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. In 3 turns, if she goes as far as she can towards that direction, she can rendezvous with Rennick up here. Unfortunately, because she's not promoted, she has the same move as Rennick. So she can't catch up to him, which is a big problem. Why it would have been better if Rennick had come from over here like I envisioned him. Okay. So, what I can do... Can Luke take these guys down? The answer is no. Great. So I need Kyle to go over here to take down these knights. Well, then Ford can head on over here to deal with them that way. What I can do... Yeah, we'll have Ephraim take this guy down. Okay, and then try to have Ephraim serve as bait to get these guys. Okay, so the big question is, do I trust myself to get La Rochelle up to Rennick and take down all these guys to open the way for her within 3 turns? Or do I have her go over here, have Cormag rescue her, and try to take her even further? Cormag does have 2 more moves, so he can ferry her very well. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my course of action. I would rather take the safe route. So we'll move La Rochelle as much as she can. And that gives me the key. I would rather not put away the Killing Edge, but... I'll put away the Iron Sword. Okay, so La Rochelle can head over here. Wait. Cormag can rescue her. And just go over here. Okay, how do I want to do this? Are any of these guys weakened? No. Okay. Ah, that's Garrick. Unfortunately, Seth would then be in range of these guys. Let's see. 10 with a strength of 9, 19. Seth would be fine, all things considered. Assuming we can get rid of these guys. Oh, jeez. And there's also... Axe units are going to be the big thing for right here. So, if I can put Natasha here to take this guy down, or at the very least weaken him. Weaken him enough for Garrick to take down. So then Garrick can attack him. I really did not want you to miss, Garrick. God damn it, okay! Well, I was hoping Seth could go and get more attacks in. This complicates things. Okay. So, who has the better defense? Probably Dwassel. 11, 17. Yeah. We'll have Dwassel handle... Okay. Okay. But I need him to take this guy down, which he can't. Crap. He can take down literally any of them except this guy. Great. Fantastic. Bravo. Okay. Well, this complicates things tremendously. Does Russell have a hand axe? No. That guy's a Lunatome. What's Doza's luck? Pretty terrible. Crap, crappity crap, crap, crap. Okay. Let's take this guy down. Okay. So that's a start. Okay, this guy has a javelin, that guy has a steel lance. Okay, Garrett could survive a javelin hit. That's not what I'm concerned with. Ooh, that guy has a hammer. That... Ooh. Yeah, we'll go with that. Dozla has a lot of HP, but he doesn't exactly have the greatest defenses. So we'll go with that, and hopefully no one dies. Was it moved? Oh, these guys.